Hello everyone, so this is an update to talk about the new release of the text RPG called While, made on QBASIC for MS-DOS basically, but then hopefully someday I can export the same code, the same program for Linux and Windows, and I'm studying about how to do that. Okay, so but so far I've been working on the QBASIC IDE using DOSBox and working on that. So today what I'm going to do is check the list that I've been doing along the process with the new updates and the new details, the new features that I added to the program and the improvements. I've done all this work like 2 months ago, I guess. I've been working a lot on Godot too, so and working on other things, also being a little bit away from programming as well for some weeks, so I almost don't remember very well or very much all the changes I've done in the program. So what I'm going to do is just read the list that I made all along the process with the details and the new updates and the new changes that I've done. I will read the list and try to explain it while we read this list together. If you can see, I've just recorded some material, some footage of the game, of the new release, so I will put it in the background of the video so you can see how it looks now, how it's looking at the moment, and while I talk about the new changes and the new improvements, the new features that the game has at the moment. Maybe you can hear a dog like crying or barking or something like that at the background. It's a background sound, but it's my neighbor's dog, so sorry about that. I hope it doesn't interfere with the message and you can understand everything I say, that it's not a problem for you. So let's see, I will start reading the list. Version 0.6. So most problems with memory have been solved. Most problems with memory solved. You can read. I will put this list, the list that I'm reading now, I will put it in the details of the video so you can check it there. And I'm reading this from GitHub as well, so you can get the version updates, the list with all the details in GitHub as well. So most problems with memory solved. Remember that I had some problems with memory using the QBASIC IDE, and what I did, I put all the text, and and I tried to reduce the BAS file. So I put all the text, all the different parts of the story in NOTES.TXT files, and then I uploaded when needed. I use these text files when needed. I just load them into the program, but before they were all of them were inside the BAS file. Now they are all out of the main BAS file. So it's been solved following some of your suggestions, so that's good. Big chunks of text organized in TXT files and loaded when needed. So this is what I'm telling you. Notes and version information was taken out from the main BAS file and stored in a separate TXT file called NOTES.TXT. So before, what I was doing is writing all the notes and everything in the BAS file. I don't know why I was doing that, but I just didn't realize it was affecting the program. So I put all these notes, all this information out of the BAS file in a TXT file, and just the information is still there but out of the main file. Pieces of text describing the character's death or how he or she was able to survive and got another chance. So what I've implemented is at the end, when you die in the game, before sometimes you started a campaign or something, you started a new game, and it was very quick. You just play a little bit and your character just passed away and it finished, and it was like, wow, just 3 seconds of gameplay. Now when your character dies for the first time, you will see an option to roll a die. If the die is 1, 2, 3, your character will just die, won't survive. But if you roll the die and you get a 4, 5, 6, your character will have another chance. And if your character dies, you will see how it died, how he or she died, and the game will show some text explaining the situation or something like that, describing the situation. And if you to survive, you will get another part of the story, some details, the text talking, showing you how your character survived. So that's what I mean here. Pieces of text describing the character's death or survival, right? Or how he or she survived. ASCII D6 DIE animation added. You can stop rolling it by pressing the space bar. Will generate a D6 value. So when you die, you will see a DC DIE animation, and it will start rolling. You will see all the numbers just passing. They will be shown very quickly. And to stop the die, you just need to press spacebar. So the player will have kind of interaction in this part. So I think that was cool, because it's not just the computer choosing a random number or just creating a random number, but the player just interacting with the keyboard and being part of the decision. Like you press the spacebar and you just decide when to stop the die rolling. This is something very cool. I also made the animation of the D6 DIE, and well, I think it was the final result was pretty cool. There's also an animation when a transition animation before this screen and this part at the end of the game, before you die or you survive. That is very interesting. I like how it ended in the final. I like the final result that it got. You have the chance to survive death by rolling a d6. 4, 5, 6 means you survive. 1, 2, 3 you cannot resist. So this is what I was explaining to you before. Visual effects when the character dies. So there are some visual effects, some visual transitions from the game to this part, from the main game to the main part of the game to this part before you die or you survive. I enjoyed. I like how the final result was. I enjoy the final result. I like it. Crawler ASCII graphic added. I made a new ASCII graphic. I'm not a great artist, and so little by little I'm making this ASCII graphics just when I have some time and inspiration. And I added another one that is called a Crawler. It is a monster, an enemy. ASCII stats bars added for HP during combat and other screens. So I added some bars showing the HP and the mana also that you have. You will see these on the main screen, the main part of the game, where you can see the map. You will see the HP bar and the mana bar. And also I added some bars, some ASCII stats bars during battle. When you're fighting an enemy, you will see these bars as well. Whenever you find a witch in the middle of the path, you can choose to walk towards her, or you can just walk away. If you encounter a witch, D6 will be rolled, and 3 different situations can be triggered from it. So every time you find a witch in the middle of the road or by the road or something, it's an event that can happen during the game. You can choose to get closer, just go and talk to this character, or you can just stay away and you will find 3 different results, or I will implement more results, maybe 4, 5, or 6, but so far there are 3 different results. You can find the situation can be a positive situation, which can be a positive, helpful character, for instance, or it can be something negative and end up in a fight or something like that. So anytime you find a witch by the road, you can choose to get closer and talk to this character, or just stay away and try to avoid her. Let me see the next one. If you encounter, let me just finish reading the last part. If you encounter a witch, a D6 will be rolled and 3 different situations can be triggered from it. So this is what I was explaining. It's not gonna be always the same situation, but you will find different situations: positive, negative, or neutral. Surviving death, negative consequences added. For instance, you can survive but will lose all your gold, XP points, get only some HP points, restored, etc. Consequences are described in the script. So it happens during the death or survival or die or survive screen. Sometimes, as I said, you can die, sometimes you survive, and these results, the different D6 values that you get, will give you different consequences. Like, for instance, you can lose all your gold, or you can lose half of your life, or you can I don't know, just lose all your XP. This can change in the future because I can think of newer things and implement them, and so far I think you can lose some gold and your XP points or something like that, right? So that is what it means. ASCII stats bars added for mana, different screens, but not in battle. And finally, I made a scorpion. I draw a scorpion using ASCII characters. So before there was a very basic ASCII drawing of a scorpion, and now I try to improve it. I don't know if it looks better or worse, but I work on it recently. So that's all. So far so good. This is what I've done lately. I have also worked in the battle gameplay, or in battle decisions that you can make. So now when you decide to charge, the enemy can charge at the same time, and both you and the enemy will get, the character and the enemy will get, they will hurt themselves. So this is new. I was working on that recently. I haven't finished working on that, but it's there. If you play the game, if you try it, it's there implemented in the battle stage. And that's all, I think. So I need to continue working on the game, and yeah, I think I'll give it a time. I will stop working on it for some time and try to think, try to rest a little bit from it. Maybe work only in the arts of the game, something like that. So I can just stay away from this project a little bit, and that way I can think better, and I can find other things. Maybe I should play some other video games. Maybe Zork. I've heard about it. People tell me, oh, it's a Zork-like game, but I've never played it before, actually. So I should play maybe some text RPGs and to find other mechanics and think about some other things to implement. But I think I've advanced quite a lot on this game. It was a very, very small project. I've been working also on some utilities, some small tools for QBASIC, that I made on QBASIC, like for instance a small tool to keep track of my savings and all that, something very simple. I've been playing a little bit with v.0.6, so I've been writing code on Genie or Guinea, I don't know what is the pronunciation, Genie, I think it is, the code editor, and then I was compiling this to Linux or Windows using v.0.6. And I found it very interesting. Maybe some people suggest me to use Q64. I've been working more with v.0.6. That is, I think it's another option, another solution to export my basic code to Windows and Linux. I think it's also the core of the compiler is GCC, so I guess it's also made with C++ or something like that. So thanks so much for following the project. Thank you so much for your interest and for all the comments. I'm always reading them. I'm not always answering or replying to them, but I read them. And the channel has 53 followers so far. People subscribe to the channel, so that's great for me. I'm really happy because it's a very humble and simple channel, just to show the small projects I'm working on, and it's great that people have to find people with the same interest than me is something that makes me very happy. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll continue working soon. Okay, so let's keep in touch. Thank you. Bye bye.